Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is where you're at. This message is for the sign of Aquarius or Aquarius cross-watcher. In fact, you can be anyone watching this. We actually don't have any zodiac sign. That is a construct of the human condition. The soul itself just is. But if you identify as an Aquarius or you happen to click on this video, welcome. Maybe there's something here for you. I went ahead and wrote something down. I actually wrote a lot down, but it kind of all goes together. Maybe some of you are, whether you are aware of it or not, kind of needing to hear this right now, or someone is. Maybe they're needing to hear this from you, but I want to tell you what I was getting. You are well appreciated in a community, or you're well appreciated by a person, okay? You have an individual here who's saying, the you that seeks to keep going, the you that never gives up, the you that believes in yourself, this is who I see. I don't see the things you've done. You don't see the things I've done. You don't identify me by my past deeds. You don't see me by my insecurities. You don't see me for these things. Well, I don't see you for those things. I don't see you for the things that you believe you lack. I see none of that. What I see in you is you. I see you. That's the message, really. It's simple. I see you. I see you for what you are. I see you for who you are. I believe you. I believe in you. Again, it ties into the Aries message, the one we titled Aries. I believe love is the answer. I see that you are love. I see your heart. I see that you're pure. I see your intentions are pure. I see that you don't wish ill will on anyone around you. It doesn't mean you never have. It doesn't mean that you're innocent in this life completely and you have no stains on you, no scars, that you've made no mistakes, no wrong moves, that you don't have things to answer for or unlearn that you've been thought that you are, the things that you have become or believe that you have. I see your soul. I see who you genuinely are from the moment that you came here. I don't know who this person is to you, or it could be, like I said, like a community. I get community strongly even. It's people around you. Maybe even some in your family, but not necessarily. This could be a complete stranger. This is someone who's like, I see that you're not a hateful person. I can tell. And I know that you have days and you have moments and times that you forget this. Same. I relate. I guess it's also I relate to you. You're not alone. You're never alone. Even when you think you're alone, even when you think that nobody sees you, nobody notices, they notice. They see. They can tell that you're not out there trying to intentionally hurt anyone. You're not out there trying to harm anyone. You're not returning evil for evil. You're not doing any of that. Again, it's not that you never have. It's just that this is not what you are now. This is not who you are in your core. Some of you are leading very different lives now than you have in the past. And it's hard at times. It's hard, especially when you're treated unfairly, when your intentions are good and are pure. Yet it seems that, you no sooner rise up to fall right back down. And if this is not you watching this video at this moment in time, you're not really resonating with this, someone that you love, that you see this way, they're having a moment. Someone's having a moment here. But I think this whole message is like a reminder for someone here. You are way more noticed than you realize. What you are is noticed. You could even have people around you, or if this is you, vice versa, you could have people who are thinking, you should be a lot further in life than you are now, or you should have more than you do now. But they're also not thinking it in the sense of you're not where you're supposed to be. Some people are seeing it as the reason that you haven't gained certain things in this life as others have when they're not living from peace and love is because you have a very different mission here. Your circle may be smaller. Your community may be smaller, but the impact is not. The impact that you have on those around you, simply by being yourself and by being kind even when it's not really always easy. By showing love when it doesn't always get shown to you. This is massive, especially in a world where we're consumed by hatred. We're consumed by competition and jealousy. Some of you need to watch the Aries message. It's very similar. But yours is more, not so much I'm showing you the key. It's more that you already have figured it out. Whoever is drawn to watch this one could be Aries also. It could be anyone without these identities that we've taken on in the human condition. You, who you are, the awareness inside of you, you've probably discovered this already. You're moving mountains. You're doing impossible things, and it seems like you're not. It seems like you're barely moving. Oh my gosh, I got a vision. You guys ever been sitting in a vehicle? Parked. You're parked, right? And maybe it's in like a parking spot somewhere, like a store, and the car beside you, there's like cars in the whole parking lot. I'm definitely seeing this vision very strongly right now. So someone's had this happen. You're sitting in a vehicle, maybe it's at a red light, or it's in a parking lot. You're not moving, you're in park, or your foot's on the brake. And someone else is either rolling backwards or going forwards, but you feel that you're moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually feel as if you're moving, but you're not moving at all. In the spiritual sense here for someone, it's as if God is saying, because on the outside you aren't moving, it doesn't mean that what's going on in that vehicle of yours isn't making massive moves. Because the naked eye cannot see movement, or big enough movement, large enough, grand enough movement, doesn't mean that what's going on in the car isn't what's doing the moving. The vehicle will break down. The vehicle has an expiration date. The parts go bad. You got to trade it in for a new one eventually. Take it to a junkyard. Sell it for parts. The vehicle is temporary. But what's inside of the vehicle is everlasting, is infinite, and it never dies. All right, guys, I'm going to take a little bit of an intermission, I guess you could call it. When I say it like that, intermission, so I can eat this salad. I haven't eaten. What is this? Oh, it's bell pepper. I'm going to eat my salad. I'll be right back. This is probably part of your message, so we'll talk about it in just a second. Hold on. All right, guys, sorry. I had to eat. It's probably been a good 10, 15 minutes. I didn't even finish all of it, but anyway, I feel a lot better now. I hadn't eaten today, and I was like, man, I need to eat. I almost just finished the video and then ate after, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna take care of me. And remember I said this has something to do with it? I think it does. I think that this is a community or a person, going along the lines of what we were talking about before I took a break, that one of the things, or one of the many things that they respect about you and that they love and see who you are, one of the things is that you take time for yourself now. I don't know if this is somebody who knew that you didn't before, or maybe you've come a long way. We'll say that, a long way. If you've come a very long way from what you had become, and now you're more so back to who you are, your true essence, your true self, it's not going unnoticed. People definitely see it, and they respect you for this, because they like that you're not hung up on another person or other people or putting everyone else above you, that you realize you have to put the mask on you first, just as in an airplane. That self-love is very important. Like, it's clear, it's very clear in this message that somebody sees that you have taken the time to work on yourself, to love yourself, or self-love. They see, and that's very attractive. There is nothing wrong with connecting your energy to other people. In fact, I think that we can all be a great light to one another, and also students and teachers to one another. But you aren't putting others before yourself anymore. You've focused a lot on who you are, your purposes here, where you're going, what do you want to accomplish with this life. You've really done a lot of self-work, which it's kind of rare. You know, I mean, it is. It's pretty rare. You're very humble. I would definitely say you're humble. You've learned from life. You're not afraid to admit when you're wrong. You're humble about your experiences here. You constantly seek your highest purpose. You're constantly seeking and searching for, why am I here? How can I help the world a little bit better and help leave it a little bit better? How can I play my role here? You've never stopped seeking. You've never settled. Doesn't mean you haven't for moments in time, but you've soon woken up and realized. And if people try to make you feel bad for this, if people try to ruin you for this, like whatever it is, when you fall down, you get the hell right back up and you keep going. You never just settle. You never just accept shit for as it is. You're like, no. You're always diving deeper, basically. This is not only a light to other people and attractive to other people, but it is a help. And because of this, the community that you surround yourself with, even people that you don't know, I'm telling you, I keep getting stranger. This is great for them. This is healthy for them. They understand now more of where you're coming from. They understand you better. You're kind of a motivation, or like a mentor, I guess, like an inspiration to another or other people. Because you understand them, because they can see themselves in you, like, oh, I've done the things that Aquarius has done, or Crosswatcher, but yet Aquarius didn't just take that as their truth. They learned from their decisions and they move forward. It's like you're a really good teacher, but you'd rather be the student. You know what I mean? Of course, absolutely. You learn every day things that you didn't see before, but because you've had to go through these painful experiences and painful awakenings, you know, you see them now. So it's like, because you're aware enough of these things, you're able to, it's like good advice. You're able to give good advice. You're able to lead. You'd be a great leader, or if you are, you're a great leader. I have an example, another example. Let's say we are back in school for a moment. Wherever you are in the world, have you guys ever taken those hearing tests? In school, we used to take these hearing tests where you would be in a room, usually by yourself, but in my vision, there's other people in the room. And I believe you can have your eyes open. I guess you could close your eyes if you want, but there's a person who's operating this machine, and basically they're playing like a sequence of sounds. It's usually like a beep, and it starts off pretty loud, and then it gets softer and softer and softer and softer and softer. You get the point. You guys remember doing that hearing test? Well, I did it in school. That's the last time I remember doing it. Maybe we do it as adults too. Maybe I need to get it done. I can't hear worth the crap. But anyway, so I'm getting a vision of that, right? And this is how I see you right now. And this is the best way I can describe this message, how others see you as well. So let's just say in my vision that you have your eyes closed, but there is someone else in the room too. They're testing also. The person beside you and you are both waiting on your test to begin. And the person operating the machine is like, all right, on the count of 3, we're going to start the test. So you're ready. And he's like, raise your hand when you hear a beep. The first beep goes off and it's rather loud, you know? It's really loud. So you raise your hand. So does the person beside you. Neither one of you would know this because, well, your eyes are closed. And then he plays another one, and another one, another one, so on, so on, so on. And as it fades and it gets lighter and lighter and lighter, the beep, you're still hearing it. You just got to listen better. You got to pay more attention, but you can still hear it. This person, they actually quit 3 beeps ago. Okay, the one beside you in my vision, they stopped hearing it a while ago. They got a couple of them, but at a certain point, they couldn't hear anymore. And you're hearing ones that almost sound like they're not even there. Maybe even the person who's operating the machine is shocked, like, wow, dang, I'm surprised you heard that. I'm surprised you knew that. I'm surprised you, like, shocked by your abilities to hear, shocked by your abilities to tap in and tune in and be so focused, shocked by how sharp you are. Well, I think this is all a part of a spiritual message. I don't think it's literally. Some of you could have very awful hearing. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. I don't have the greatest. Well, I guess it depends. It depends. Sometimes you can call it selective hearing. But anyway, I get that you're like this in your waking life. And whoever this is, your community or a particular person, this is why another reason they love you, because they can clearly tell that you are you're in tune with things that they have not been aware of. They haven't been able to hear. They haven't been able to see. They may even wonder, what? Like, how did you hear that? Nobody ever raises their hand on that one. No one ever gets that one. Like, you know, it's something like that. It's like you could be just more in tune spiritually. It doesn't mean you're better. It just means that instead of settling and stopping when you had the first couple of ones, you didn't. You haven't. And you won't. Because we're not dead yet, you know. The body's not dead yet. We're still in this taxi. So there's going to be more lessons and more beeps. And we got to listen harder every time. But so far you've reached a particular level where it's still like really shocking. It's like, damn. Like, how in the hell did she or he hear that? How did they do that? And it's admirable. It's like, wow. I mean, not even the people beside you, though, they don't even know. Some people are like completely unaware that you're as in tune and as well open as you are, open to receive whatever is coming. You're listening. You can hear. But the person giving the test is really proud of you and just kind of impressed, you know, like, wow. And maybe it has nothing to do with your actual hearing, right? It has nothing to do with that. It's just the fact that you're willing to hear. If you can't hear with these, you'll hear in another way. You'll use a different sense of yours. You know what I mean? You never stop trying. You never stop growing. You never stop learning. You're never afraid to fail. You're never afraid to get back up when you've been knocked down. Never. And you find ways around it. If you can't go this way and you can't hear this way, you pay attention with a different sense in your body. It's almost like your instinct knows that was just a beep. That was a beep. Maybe the ears didn't hear it, but your intuition did. Your instinct. Do you guys freaking hear that? Is that a damn weed eater in the winter time? Surely that's not a car. Look, that's either a weed eater or a motorcycle. That is not a mistake. Y'all know damn good and well that's not a mistake. We got a weed eater or some sort of motorcycle thingy. I don't know what's going on over there. And then you got this loud vehicle over here, and then I'm talking about hearing. Wow. Impressive. You are impressive. That's what I'm getting from this message. Aquarius or Aquarius cross watcher, what you do, who you are, your openness, your abilities, even your heart, your purity, your love, your wisdom. It's impressive. You're incredibly strong. It's almost like there's not a word for you in a way. Like I almost feel like I'm doing this whole message, but there's just a word I'm not getting. There's a word that's not coming to me. But I think you know what I mean. You're a pretty amazing person, and sometimes you just can't define you. Sometimes you just can't, you know, you're a little hard to define. No sooner as somebody thinks they've got you figured out, you're doing something else, and it's because you don't settle. You don't stop growing. You don't stop seeking, learning, looking within everything. You don't stop peeling the layers of your false identity away. You want to keep going until you get to exactly who you are. Because the way that we better understand the world around us is by understanding who we are inside. And the only way we can do that is by doing the painful work, the shadow work. You've been doing it constantly. Damn. I don't feel there's anything else to say. I mean, this message is very self-explanatory. It doesn't have to be a certain length. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? You're a very good example to those around you. And it would be like an honor for someone to have you not only in their corner, but in their life, period. I mean, romantically, as a friend, anything. On their company, on their team. Because you have so much to offer. You are not proud. You're not egotistical. You're not arrogant. You're very humble. And whether others like it or not, you indirectly humble them. Because when you face your own demons, it causes them to look at their own and be like, even if they don't want to be like, oh shit. And that is the best. That is the best. Think of it, because you're not out there saying, hey, you guys need to do this. You're like, well, that's not going to do it. Ain't nobody going to listen. I wouldn't either. I totally get it. So instead of like telling people what to do, you just kind of do it yourself, and then you show it. And then people are like, oh, so it like teaches people, but in a better way than telling them to do it. It's like you're taking the test along with them. It'd be like if you were in a classroom and the teacher sits in the desk and is like, everybody take this test now. And they're sitting over there on their phone. Because, well, why do I need to take the test? I've passed it. I've already went to college. I know everything. And you're like, not that teacher. You're the one that'll sit down and take the test too. It doesn't matter if you've taken it a million times before. You're the student and the teacher. And this is why people respect you and why people love you so much. And at least one person, if it's not this community, but I think it's both. But all right, guys, I'm going to finish my salad. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being on this planet and being such a light and not giving up on yourself and not stopping your journey. Not just settling and thinking, well, I've gotten exactly where I need to be. This is exactly what I need in life. I mean, I guess everyone has a right to do that, though, you know? Oh, man. I'm going to write this down before I go. I'm getting a message. You know, Muji, the Aquarius mentor that I have. Muji Baba, he's my guru, I guess you could say. Muji, if you're new here, I talk about him often. You'll hear me talk about Muji a lot. He's also an Aquarius. You can find him all over YouTube. And in fact, he's in my community section on here. I just posted 2 of his videos last night. I usually post the same ones because they're my favorite. But your message today reminds me of this exact one. I'll try to remember to put it on there. Hold on. King. It's called The King and the Cleaning Boy. Okay? Should I tell you the story? I don't think I should tell you the story. I think I should just put the video down in the comments, and those who are drawn to watch it can watch it. I'll say this. This message alludes to the fact that you are the cleaning boy. You don't just stop. You don't just accept a certain area as your identity because, well, it's working for you, so You're like, yeah, it is working for me and it's wonderful, but I also know that I can't stop here. There's more for me. I'm going to put it in the comments. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.